Hit that. Are you ready? Car here to talk about preseason game number 1 coming up next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is August 10th, Thursday. Time for our Thursday night live stream. That was your boy Phil on the intro. I am Steve, and we got Dev here at the bottom. We are Command This. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you're joining us from any of our other platforms, we would appreciate if you head over to YouTube and just hit that like button, or you can hit the dislike button. It really don't matter. Just hit some button. But we thanks for tuning in with us. Like Phil said, tonight, tomorrow, football's back. We had football last week. We got football this week. Commanders and Browns tomorrow, Friday, opening up. It's exciting. You hit the off season, you get the Super Bowl, you get some off season drama. The Super Bowl team and the winning teams are, the team gets dismantled or what have you. The good players end up going to other teams, and then we get the hype coming of the draft. Then we get the combine. Then we get the hype buildup of who's going to perform, the draft rankings, quarterback rankings. Then we have the draft, which I believe this year was in Kansas City. Yeah, we did a live stream for the draft. Then you had the rookie mini camps. Then you have the mandatory mini camps. Then you have OTAs. Then you have training camp, where we are right now, and it's fantastic. I can't wait.
Madden comes out.
That's right. And Madden comes out
Monday.
Hard Knocks is up and running. I haven't watched it yet, but the first episode is out with the New York Jets that we didn't get. It is bad. I've heard nothing good about it.
I heard today was really good.
Man, it's like they just basically did a fluff piece on how great Aaron Rodgers is. It's basically just, hey man, Aaron Rodgers is fucking great and everybody loves him. That's what the whole episode is.
Shit.
Yeah, but hey,
at least there's some truth in reporting.
Whoever made that call to choose the Jets over the Redskins or the Commanders, stupid decision.
Not cool.
Not stupid really. Decision. We were trying to get away from that.
I mean, for our benefit, yeah, but for their benefit, stupid decision because it's got to be must TV up in that place right now, man.
You think so?
Of course, new owner, but the drama between the assistant coach and the media and the head coach. You know what I'm saying? The people not practicing or complaining about practice. Look, I'm telling you, man, that it would be must-see TV. Must-see TV, man.
Must-see.
Hey,
really, are we going to tune in to see that Dax Milne has a problem?
Just saying. Was it Dax Milne? Is that what they came up to, the conclusion?
No.
Oh, I think it was.
I just came up with somebody who I expect to be cut.
I think it was Curtis Samuel, man, personally.
Well, we're not going to get into roster predictions yet. That'll be a whole episode on its own. I think we'll dive into that. But it is preseason. The team Ron did announce that Sam Howell is going to start for the Commanders, and in the inverse, the Browns announced Deshaun Watson is going to start too. Was there a need to announce Sam Howell was going to start, or should it just been our starters are going to play, X mini series? Like, did you guys see anything? I'm not trying to pick. I'm just curious. Did he have to call out Sam is starting, or should it just said, hey, starters are going to play a few series, blah, blah, blah?
Considering the fact that they never officially named Sam QB1, I think this is just one of those, we're just solidifying the fact that this is who we're rolling with.
Right.
We can kill all questions right now. I'm fine with that.
There's nothing left.
People making a big deal about that. Every time they do something, anytime something is reported, somebody's got a problem with it. Like, I swear, I've been saying this since this whole Ron thing from a couple days ago. This fan base is so damaged
We
to
are.
use a term that I know is familiar with the military, they suffer from PTSD
True
from
story.
Ganamania running wild and for 24 years. And I get it, but you got to start the healing process internally, people.
At some point.
Not what you think it is.
Right. We're battered, bruised. You know what I mean?
Sack up, people.
Sack up.
Phil's giving us the ultimatum to just continue, move on. So with that being said, we'll talk more about those comments here shortly, but Sam Howell starting. So we'll start with you, Dev. How many series should Sam Howell play in this first game versus the Browns? And let's not forget, there's only 3 preseason games this year, just like last year. It's not 4 anymore. So you only got 3 to choose from. And the third one's kind of been, that's your, free for all. That's where all the guys just trying to make the team play. So you only have 2 games. What do you think, Dev?
I got him playing first quarter. I don't know how many series that'll make. I think he should play the first quarter.
First quarter?
I think he should at least have 10, 11 passes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think. But,
the whole
they go
offense,
out there and just can't block like the Texans, man. He might not play 5 minutes.
right? So the whole starting offense should play for a whole quarter. That's kind of where you're at?
I would say at least the starting line and Howell.
That's fair. And we got Marcus Edlin in the chat. Thank you for joining us, Marcus. Thank you for tuning in. Please go check out Marcus's Facebook group, Sports View 2 on Facebook. He said, "What's up, family? I just want Sam Howell to be efficient in 2 series." So Dev says a quarter. Marcus is saying 2 series. Phil, where's your head at with this?
I said 2 to 3 series, which is going to be a quarter. Give me 2 to 3 series. Give me 3 series, and
I bet it's 1. That's something we want to see, but I bet it's 1.
Don't say that.
I don't know.
Look, they just played a rookie quarterback who has 0 ever experience in the NFL. He played 1 series or 2 series and got the fuck out. He threw 5 times.
Yeah, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, they're not gonna play Hal, man. They're gonna play him
2 to 3 series. I mean,
unless they go 3 and out, he's probably coming out, bro.
2 to 3 series. I'd like to see 3, just because I want to see a little more of Hal. It gets me excited for the season. But
so for the record, Texans and the Patriots are playing right now. Like Deb was saying, CJ Stroud, was he the first or second over? I can't remember. Second overall pick, I think. 2 for 4, 13 yards, and an interception. 2 rushes for 6 yards. And
all 4 of them completions were screens, I think. Or 2 of them completions were screens.
Big neck Davis Mills is in the game now. Very efficient, 9 for 12, 99 yards and a touchdown. So Dev kind of made a alluding point. The number 2 quarterback overall only played, looks like probably maybe 1 series. Hard to tell. He
played 2 series, but there was 3 and out, basically, and his completions were screens.
That's fair.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
Ryan Elias joins the chat.
He got sacked about 4 times, I felt like.
Yeah. What's up, Ryan? Thank you for tuning in. He said, I would like to see a full first quarter. Okay, that's fair. So for me personally, I think I would like, you guys said a quarter. I think a quarter is at a minimum. I want to see 4 series. I would 4 series this game or a full quarter. Next game, 6 series, 2 quarters. And then that's your dress rehearsal. Game 2 is now the dress rehearsal. Game 1's the feel it out. And game 3 is everyone else who's just trying to make the 53 or the practice squad. So Dev said a quarter. Phil said about 4 series. Marcus said 2 series. Ryan said for a full quarter. We got our man DT. What up, DT? Joining us from the chat. Please go check him out on YouTube. Also, Ins and Outs with D. He's also part of the Red Zone in the Lab crew. Thanks for joining, DT. Would love to see your guy what you think about how many series the offense can get. Now, let's make the inverse of that. What about the starting defense? Phil, does that change in your opinion, with what the offense should do, or is it exactly the same? What you got?
No, doesn't change. You leave them out there for the same amount of time. Get used to seeing the same faces coming on and off the field.
Yeah.
I will say this, go back to the offense real quick. If they go 3 and out, 2 straight series, nah. You need to get at least through the first 15 scripted plays.
Your asses are going to continue to play until
You are
get it
going
right.
to go out there and do this. Now, that means you go 3 and out 5 times, get through 15 plays.
Yeah.
Fine. But are you going to come out after, you did 3 series, but you ran total 9 plays? No. It's not how we do it.
Speaking of, so tomorrow night, the Commanders and Browns play. There's a couple games tomorrow night as well. Let me just rattle them off here before we get to Dev. We have the Falcons and the Dolphins.
Should be a good fun watch. They got a lot of young
Yeah,
players.
so that was my question. Falcons and Dolphins. Who do you think starts at QB1 for the Atlanta Falcons?
For the year, Heineken's going to get more starts for the year for sure. 100% going to happen, man. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. It's going to be Ritter.
It's gonna happen. And people say like Taylor
Rumors
Heineke,
they're already saying that Heineke is pushing.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
Like the fans down there are doing what the fans here were doing.
That's what he does, man. He takes that role and he just transforms it into his own, right? That's what he does, man. What did the Power Rangers say?
It's morphin' time.
And it becomes Taylor Heineke's offense. I don't know how you classify that. Long, loopy throws, moxie all over the place.
We got a moxie quarterback now too, according to Ron.
Skeet and moxie everywhere all over the field. I don't know how you do it. DT says, "I'm
eating moxie now."
Skeet and moxie.
Pause.
Got moxie dripping all over his face, man.
DT says, I'm gonna say 2 series for offense. I think the defense will hold out the majority of their guys till next week, but would like Sam to get the reps needed. Aching to see how the O-line look. Oh, bro, the O-line, tough. We'll talk about that in 1 second. Deb, what do you think about the defense?
Our defense, or
yeah, how many should they play the same amount of series? You said one full quarter.
They got one series. They got 1 series unless they score on us.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking. DT kind of said it. I have 2 different expectations for the offense and for the defense. The defense, I'm not really worried about it. Give them a series, maybe 2 if you need to let some guys get some burn who don't need it. Like you could pull out after 1 series, you can probably pull out all the big names, maybe leave in some of the DBs to get some work, definitely work some of the linebackers, but I'm not really worried about the defense. Get the reps you need. But the offense, man, like I said, quarter, 6 series, whatever you got to do to get those reps. But I have 2 expectations for offense and defense. I'm glad DT said that because that kind of reminded me. And moving on to our next point, excuse me. We talked about the offense. We talked about the defense. Is there anything else? And Deb, we'll go back to you for the game tomorrow. Is there anything you want to see between the offense and the defense? Anything specifically? Like, is there?
I want to see if our line can hold up against the reserves, because that's who's probably going to play against us.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to see as many throws as we can get out of Howell. I'd like to see him throw every time. Why we need to run for
bro.
Just throw every play, man.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if the Browns pull their starting defense? Because they have a really good defense, by the way. I think they're top 10 defense, kind of up there with us, very underrated. But if the Browns pull their defense after, let's say, 2 series, and then Sam Howell's going against the backups, I think he needs that confident slump buster, as we used to call it back in sports back in the day. That would be nice for him to just rattle off.
Whoa, negative, Nancy. You say that with the assumption that he's going to need it.
Slump buster is a bad term, but you know what I mean. The confidence booster.
I like to see him just so he can get the line assignment calls down, just to get those little things. I don't care so much about the performance as much as I care about, the offensive line and him getting some continuity.
Yeah.
I imagine y'all remember RG3's first preseason game?
He didn't play.
No,
Hey,
he played. All you did was some screen passes, some
It
handoffs.
was. It was.
Man,
It wasn't
I don't
just
remember
screen passes.
RG3 playing at
It
all. I
was
actually
wide
went to a
receiver
preseason
screens.
game.
Yeah.
I honestly see it's funny because we saw like a revolution in NFL offense that season, but it was so different from what we saw in that preseason game, which I thought was a bit revolutionary too. It was basically all sideline to sideline passing.
Yeah.
Man,
Mhm.
RG3 didn't play in the preseason.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Man, y'all gotta show me the stats.
I was there. I was there.
He was like 7 of 8.
There was a game against the Colts at FedEx Field. Dev.
That was
I was
Bills.
there.
Bills.
No, there's a Colts game. I thought we were going to see.
That was
Man,
the
I
second
went
game.
to the Tennessee game. He didn't play at all. Pat White. That's when whatever Rambo got shook and Chris Johnson ran like 900 yards on their ass. It felt like.
This
But
is
I don't remember
preseason?
him ever playing in a preseason game. I remember it was
Yeah,
a
he
whole
did.
time.
It was
And
against
then
the
he came out against the
Bills.
Saints and he was throwing them screens and was killing them motherfuckers. Everybody like, what the fuck is this?
Hold up.
Yeah, y'all got to
pull up
stats. I don't remember.
Pro Football Reference.
Rookie year. I don't remember ever playing on preseason games rookie year. Not
I remember
one.
because I remember thinking that
He didn't get in, man. He didn't play one game.
I don't even know if they go back to the preseason.
Man, he didn't play. I
He
remember
did play.
it was a big old deal. He did not play in preseason, man.
Hold on. He
that
did
was
play.
his second year.
Nah, first year. I'm talking about first rookie year. RG3 didn't get in a preseason game. He didn't play at all to the Saints first game of the year, and that's shocking all. He did not play
Yeah.
at all.
I know Rex
Zero.
Grossman played.
He didn't play none. And I went to Pat White was in the fucking game, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Pat White was in the game.
Because we finished 3-1 that preseason.
He didn't play. Not one of them.
Kirk
None
Cousins.
of
I said
about to
Rex Grossman.
dead this
Kirk
right now.
Cousins played.
Here we go. August 9th at Buffalo Bills in Ralph Wilson Stadium, which is in Buffalo. We won the game 7-6.
He didn't
Yeah.
play.
And hold please, because I got the stats right here.
Rookie year.
2012.
Oh,
Rookie year.
He didn't play.
preseason?
Yeah, he didn't play, man. I'm telling y'all, he didn't play at
Come
all.
on, Phil.
I'm never right, by the way. This time we'll be
Come on,
right.
Phil.
He didn't play.
Morphin time. It's morphin time.
Did not
Phil.
play. I promise you, didn't play.
Receiving.
Did not play.
Defense. Where's passing?
Come on, Phil.
He didn't play. I know you used to look it up. He didn't play. I remember his whole
They don't have
like,
any passing stats for that
he
game.
didn't play, bro.
He did play. Someone in the
He
chat.
did not
2012.
play.
I remember.
Didn't play, bro. Y'all hallucinating.
Well, let's proceed while Phil's finding it. Marcus
I
says,
don't think he played second year. He was hurt.
one thing, Washington will have joint practice in the defense one series. I will be at the Ravens joint practice next week on the 16th up at Owings Mills. I'm looking forward to it. Probably going to be one of the few people in burgundy and gold, but hey, I'll be there. Hopefully getting some good coverage. Christopher Jackson, thank you for tuning in, bro. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Now, Marcus also says, again, I agree with Dev. We need to see O-line depth and tight end depth in our young defensive end. Rivers Reese back up in the house from YouTube says, what's up, fellas? Excited for football to be back. Oh, look at this. Look at this. DT coming through in the clutch. RG3 versus Bills. Preseason week 1, 4 for 6, 72 yards in his first start.
That's what it was. This is the Bears, not the Bills. Not bad.
Preseason rookie
This is
year. That's
Bills.
second year.
That he was injured all offseason before his second year. He didn't play it all during
Oh,
the
that-
preseason.
Yeah.
I gotta see. Y'all gotta show me the
For week
stats, bro.
1.
Send me the link.
I'm staring at them at ESPN right now.
I don't believe it.
We'll find the link there. We'll find the link.
Yeah,
And he said
fine.
he said he didn't look it up.
2 seconds.
I know I went to a preseason game. I still have the
Oh,
video
yeah,
somewhere.
year, man.
Expecting to see a lot of RG3, man, and it was not cool. It wasn't that fun.
I remember I went to the Tennessee game and I was mad in Tennessee because he didn't play him and Pat White played.
And remember, they didn't open up the playbook. You saw nothing in the playbook until week 1 versus Saints game. And then we got, Griffining and RPO came out, and we were revolutionary. We were ahead of the game. We talked about this before, man. We were onto something. And it just didn't work out. Sorry.
Oh, right here. Right here. You see that?
Hold on. Bam. Zoom it in, Phil. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Can you give me like a command plus or control plus? Can't really blow it up. Mouse wheel up.
What year is that?
Second
What
game.
year?
Alfred Morris. Preseason.
This is 2012 preseason.
There you go. There
It's
you
highlight
go.
where he's throwing the ball.
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look.
Yeah. Oh,
This
okay.
is what
Here
you
we
call.
go.
Okay, we need that. We need that. The more you know thing right there from NBC
Yes,
back
this
in
one.
the day.
Yeah. Christopher Jackson. Sorry to get for the government. It's the commish. Okay, there we go. Don't always know the YouTube handles, but I do know everyone in the Twitter chat room. So appreciate you, commish, for tuning in. Yeah, we were just talking some RG3 segue real quick. But Phil, going back to you, we talked about expectations. Is there what exactly are you looking for from a storyline, from a certain position unit for Friday's game?
I'm looking to see, with all the worries about the offensive line, I'm looking to see what adjustments they make in game.
Yeah.
Or for a game. How are they planning to utilize the weapons on this offense? Now, granted, obviously, playbook's going to be very closed. You're going to get through the first couple pages. But I do want to see what kind of attacks they may, utilize in this limited playbook to, get the ball out of Sam's hands fast.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me is quick execution is what I'm looking for. Quick execution. And I want to see that confidence. Sam Howell, I said this on Twitter. He has the biggest, to use the phrasing, IDGAF look on his face at all times. He really couldn't give it. How he finished 22 minutes in, he couldn't give a fuck. What? He does not care. He has this look like nothing bothers him, right?
Yeah.
And I like that in a quarterback because I don't want anything to bother him.
Yeah.
I want him to have two modes: normal, cool, calm, composed mode, and hyped up, cool, calm, composed mode. That's the only two modes I want my quarterback to have. He's got that look like he is just like, I got this.
Yeah.
Calm
he's just
down.
ready to unleash
it's like
hell on everybody.
I want him to be okay. I'm gonna use Joe Montana analogy here. And he looks like he has this. You ever heard the story about 49ers got the ball to Eddie and one of the greatest drives ever, Super Bowl 23. You get the ball at the 8-yard line, 3 minutes left. They go down and score a winning touchdown, but they got the ball at the 8-yard line to start because of a penalty on the kickoff. And the offense comes out there and they're all like nervous, like, God damn, we got to do this. We're down 3. And Joe Montana just looks in the stands, looks in the front row, and he says, hey, look, it's John Candy.
That's it.
And the rest of the team, they kind of like knock the rest of the team out of their panic. They're like, Joe's not bothered. We're not bothered. I want that out of Sam. I don't want to see this guy look flustered, bothered. I just want him to be cool, calm, and just running that offense as smoothly as possible.
Yes. Give him. So for me, along everything you guys said, and those in the chat, Skins Force, DT, Rivers, Marcus, let us know. Are you looking at is there a storyline you're looking to watch tomorrow? Is there a position unit that you want to see certain things from, good, bad, and different? For me, you guys already said Sam Howell. I just want to see his decision making and how he's processing the plays. And I'm afraid we're not going to see a lot of flavor in the playbook. I think it's going to be very basic and vanilla. So the Commanders offense we're going to see, I don't think we're going to see it. But like you, I want to see at least quick decision making because the West Coast offense thrives on decision making. Passes are extensions of the run. You got to get the ball out quick because you have to make up for the deficiency of the offensive line. So that's my segue. I want to see how the offensive line holds up, particularly if Myles Garrett's out there. He's not suspended anymore, if I'm not mistaken. And the Browns got a good defense. How is Leno going to hold up on that left side? Because he was getting worked by a little bit, some video of him getting worked. And the offensive line is a big question mark. I just want to see how they hold their own. I got you, Phil. And then for the defense, I just want to see, once again, it's the linebackers. How is Jamin progressing with his lateral movement? Are they, what are they doing with Jamin? So, all right, Phil, what you got?
I only saw the same clip over and over of Leno supposedly getting worked. It was like the same video I saw.
Yeah.
With KJ Henry. Oh, he's getting worked by 7th round draft
That was
pick.
Mark Tyler put that on there, and
Mark Tyler is on a rampage.
They also don't don't cut block. They very seldom double team in practice. There's a lot.
I like Mark. I do. But sometimes he gets so stuck on I said this and I cannot come off of it.
Yeah.
And people accuse me of being that way, and I know I am. Ask me about the Red Wolves. But it's like people brought up the fact that it's like, first of all, it's preseason. They're not, like I said, they're not cut blocking. The double teaming's limited, so on and so forth. And KJ Henry was a project guy. He was a guy brought in because he had a lot of raw talent. Raw talent pulls off moves from time to time. That's why people get hyped about it.
Yeah.
If he's getting beat consistently in practice, that's one thing. But to replay the same video over and over again, I've seen the same video clip shared 7 or 8 times on Twitter or X or whatever we call it now. And it's like, is this what we're basing it on? Is this what we're going to base this entire man's job security on one clip in practice?
Yeah, it's slow news, right? There's not a whole lot to talk about.
There's not? Could have fooled me.
There is, but shout out to Super Chef. Salute from the kitchen, fellas. Commander versus Chiefs Super Bowl. It only makes sense. It does make sense. Teacher faces student in a way. Will it happen? I mean, if we make the Super Bowl,
we got as good a chance as any right now, because guess what? Season just started.
Hey, everyone's got the same record, right? River says the O-line makes me nervous for real. Hey, Super Chef, I think if you're from Twitter, man, let me know. It's hard for me to these YouTube names are hard. I know everyone's Twitter handles, but I don't know all the YouTube names. I apologize. Marcus says,
I got a question though. So,
what's up?
Do you pronounce the candy Reese's or Reese's?
Reese's.
It's Reese's.
That's what I say.
But people do say, because it rhymes with pieces. Reese's Pieces.
I have friends that say McDonald's
Reese's
instead of McDonald's, and I think that's fucking crazy.
Okay. No Twitter. Okay, gotcha, Super Chef. I appreciate it. Just want to make sure.
We just want to know if you were somebody we knew from the old Twitter.
Yeah. Marcus says the O-line, we need them to improve, especially left guard. My sleeper player, Kaliki Hudson, who I think will be a surprise this year. He's due. This is his third season? I can't remember. Don't quote me. Either third or fourth.
Fourth. He's a Ron guy, season. But he was an original Ron guy.
There we go. Fourth season. So this is a contract year for him too. So lots of good stuff to see. All right. So that's the game tomorrow night. Kickoff.
We lost Steve for a second. Anyway, yes, kickoff tomorrow night, whatever time it is, because I don't have that in front of me, because I was not prepared for Steve to just black out like that. Anyway, while we're waiting for him to come back, shout out to Deuce, Red Zone in the Lab. Steve and I both wearing these new Era and DC shirts.
Hold on, I
will be wearing this week 1, unless it's somehow unseasonably cold. Oh, look, Dev's got his too. That's because Dev is cool. Just like
y'all didn't coordinate that. Y'all didn't tell me y'all was wearing y'all's shirt, man.
If you want to be one of the cool people, you get one of these. You get yourself one of these, because it is a new Era in DC. Steve's back.
Yes,
I was just
apologies.
holding down with a little plug for our man Deuce. I couldn't think of anything else.
I accidentally hit the back button, but yes, I had that in the script. So today, wanted to give a quick shout out to Deuce real quick. Let's blow up the screen here. Put someone in the front here. Don't really care who. Doesn't matter. I'll start. New Era DC 7/20/23. Phil has his on too. We're all rocking it. I think Dev got a white one. You got a white one, Dev? Let me see your white one. Show it real quick.
Oh.
So shout out to Dude's Red Zone in the Lab crew. Go check out the merch. It's on Oliver's Twitter page. So it's at Red Zone in the Lab, New Era DC. So I want the burgundy one. I kind of like the way it looked. So yeah, appreciate you, Deuce. Much love, much love.
Now,
We got a new one. Says homeowner shit. Not sure who this is, but hey, thank you for joining.
The name.
Homeowner shit. That's
homeowner
dope.
shit.
I love it. I love it.
He must be paying a lot of bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how you feel, man. We had a couple tornadoes hit here last.
Yeah. Super Chef says if Howell's just a tad bit better than he was in preseason last year, the Dallas game, and he stays healthy, sky's the limit. That's right. Like, I mean, we functioned as a 8-win team with not functioning quarterbacks last year. And what little quarterback play we did have, it was just, it was backup quarterback material. So no, not mean to give shots at Heineke, but sorry, I forgot to blast myself
shot all day long.
You know what? Man, you gotta hope that line holds up if you want to stay healthy.
That's true, but his mobility should help a little bit, I think. And Chet Scotland, appreciate you, says, hey, boys, happy football eve. That's right. Bought a drone today. I haven't been declared pilot one yet.
Nice. What kind of drone did you get? Shit.
DJI, you get. That's the only brand I know is DJI. I don't know any other brands. But while we wait for that, let's move on to the next series. So Ron Rivera made some comments earlier in the week. Of course, we had to bring it up, right? We couldn't not bring it up. But there were some comments made about, and I'll pull up the tweet here for a second for y'all good people. Let's go ahead and put it on the big screen here. Long story short, I'm not going to read it verbatim, but Nikki Javala asked Ron Rivera, says, had players had to adapt to Eric Bieniemy's intensity and had they struggled with it at times? I'll read the first sentence. Yes, they have. And one of the biggest things, I had a number of guys come to me and said, hey, just go talk to him. I said, I understand what he's trying to get across to you. I think as they go and talk to him, they listen to him, and it's been enlightening for a lot of these guys.
I really do.
I really do. I'm not going to read the rest of it. You can read it here. You can go find go find the quote. He also went on to talk about and says, Eric has an approach, and it's the way he does things, and it's not going to change because he believes in it. Jack Del Rio has his approach. Having been a head coach, I think Jack has a tendency to try to figure guys out a little bit more as opposed to, hey, this is it. This is the way it's going to be, that type of stuff. Eric doesn't have that experience yet. So that's what Ron Rivera said. And that sparked a shitstorm of comments in social media. You had the people that were like, okay, not a big deal. It lights a fire under their asses. It's okay if they say that. You had another side of the field where like, hey, you shouldn't air dirty laundry. This is giving the national media more ammunition. The players are going to get kind of pissed off that you're airing certain things. And I'll go first for this one. When I first read it, I felt like you strip away football and just look at it from a management perspective, someone came to you like on an open door policy and you just publicly broadcasted what their grievance was behind using an open door policy. And then
that's real.
You know what I mean? That's initially how I looked at it. And I've kind of softened up a little bit as time went on. I don't know if it's as bad, and then you get the national media like Booger McFarland coming out talking about, Commanders players are soft. They ain't ready for Eric Bieniemy's coaching. And then everyone just continues to say, Eric is the shit. This is how he is. This is never not how he's been. The coaches know this. The staff knows this. Ron knows this. Why is it a surprise? The players don't know this. So that's my opinion. At first, I was like, don't air your dirty laundry. Now I don't really care anymore. But it did spark kind of an outrage. Cam Curl went on Twitter, kind of upset about it, saying, who you calling soft, in response to the media about it. So,
Derek Forrest went out and said, he looked at our Twitter fan base and said, you guys are weird.
Yeah.
I agree.
Good.
I think it's weird. I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. Nothing, period. I thought it was true, probably. Man, if anybody ever played any sports, period, outside high school or even a higher level high school, there's always a hard ass coach that cusses you out, dog. Now our generation got whipped in class, bro. Like we got paddled in class. Like our teachers could jerk us the fuck up, man. I got called so many motherfuckers on the football field, man. And my football coach, the head coach, didn't curse. He said it was like dag blasted and shit. You know what I'm saying? He said dag blasted and holy jeepers. He's a big ass black big weightlifter, bro. He's huge. But the assistant coach called me all kinds of motherfuckers, dog, and bitches and shit. You drop a ball, dog.
Yeah.
I don't understand why everybody's so mad at it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say this: not every player This is not 1996, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is not the 90s where you could do that shit. We all know that. You can count on your hands how many coaches still. It was a Dable. Dable might be the only head coach that does that stuff. Like I don't think that there's those kind of coaches anymore. Period. In major sports, like I don't see those coaches existing. Like those Bobby Knight guys, those don't exist anymore, man. Those young kids don't respond to you yelling at them, man. I mean, you can talk to them right and get on them, but they don't respond to that. So I understand why it would be an issue, but I don't understand why it's an issue for us. Like, why do the fans give a fuck, man? If Terry McLaurin gets called a dickhead because he can't catch a ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using him as an example because there's no way that's possible, right? But I'm saying, like, and honestly, I think it's Curtis Samuels. That's who I think it is. Only because
why do you keep saying that?
Only because I remember specifically one day we were talking about he was talking on the sideline talking to Coach Eric. And it looked like they was having some kind of heated discussion, and he walked off. And he ain't really practiced since, like fool. Like I just wonder if he and he has the same. He has probably a bigger relationship with Ron than anyone. I just feel like maybe that's who it was. I don't know.
Rumors were
I don't
it
have
was
any inside. I just
Bieniemy?
feel like it's. I feel like it's probably Curtis Samuel, man.
Yeah, the
I feel
rumor
like
was
this
it was
is what it
Bieniemy, which is funny because Bieniemy's apparently
Also,
having a
hear
really
this
good
running
team.
that dude on the 1 yard line and on goal line too. Y'all heard he ran Samuel, and I made a funny joke like, Turner did that. Everybody got mad. You know, he also ran Samuels in goal line on the 1 yard line. I heard.
You should.
I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, I feel like maybe that's who it was. I'm just guessing. But
see, I had it different because I can't, again, different generation.
What up, Yam? Thanks for joining, man.
Different generation. My coach did cuss a lot.
Yeah, all my sister coaches did for sure.
I
We had a
remember-
PE teacher whip kids with wiffle bats, bro. The big red joint. He was whooping kids with that shit. When you can whip kids, yeah, for sure.
All right, I
My cousin George beat his ass.
Fatality.
My cousin George whooped his ass, man, and he never.
You
went to
think
school
that
again.
mess with kids' heads? You get your ass beat like that?
Man, dude, you didn't have to do it, but maybe 2 or 3 times a year because you knew it could happen. Like they had a paddle hung up in the classroom with a chalkboard, man, and if you messed up, he just like, hey, point to that fucking paddle. You knew what was up, man. You knew.
Emotional damage.
Hey, I remember walking
Just
through
like
Walmart and seeing parents hold a switch behind their kids as they walk through Walmart, man, just in case they fuck up. Man, I seen a kid get an ass whooping at the parking lot in Kroger like a couple weeks ago. I about gave the woman a standing applause, man. I ain't seen nobody catch an ass whooping from a parent.
See, I never saw this kind of stuff because I grew up north of the Potomac until high school.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
didn't
didn't come out to
Virginia
Virginia until high school.
You never ran up behind your mama's legs with a shopping cart and get called all kinds of names and shit?
No, because I already knew I'd get my ass beat if I did that.
Man, dude, I got called
Because
out.
listen. All right. I got the wooden spoon and the leather belt treatment. I didn't need a switch. I got the DCFD department issued leather belt.
Yeah.
And I only needed it, and I got a wooden spoon.
Floss waters,
To this
spatulas,
day, the sound of someone tapping a wooden spoon on a counter, that sound, my cheeks clench. So,
man, I'm telling you, I don't know, man. I just feel like we were raised in a country full of bitches, bro. And I probably shouldn't say that. I just feel like you can't. We don't. I mean, I know for a fact, my girlfriend now, she doesn't whip her kids, man. They're great kids, but you don't have to whip them.
Right. Let's hit a couple of these comments. We got some here. Michael Edlin points out that he thinks that the comments by Ron were overblown, and he doesn't see how Manuel H.O. and Shady McCoy are on TV, and whoever complains needs to be cut. First of all, I don't know why Shady's on TV either, other than the fact that he's not afraid to pop off at the mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think Shady said anything bad. He kept saying that Eric was a good coach. He said he's a great coach, man. It's just
he just said he didn't know how to talk to players.
Yeah,
but
just
did you hear? So Shady McCoy was at Cowboys camp the other day. And when he went on ESPN, he was like, "Yeah, Tony Pollard looks so good. He was smooth. He was quick. Tony Pollard didn't even practice that day." So people are like, "His credibility is a little shot over there." But Yeah.
Christopher Jackson says that this is totally blown out of proportion. I agree with these sentiments. I think like I said, it's like I don't see where it was an issue either.
He did what he's supposed
Chad
to do. He told him
Scotland
those 3
talking
years.
about his drone, and he says we need to forget Ron Rivera chatter. Let's move on. EB has won. We have no idea what winning is for 30 plus years. Shush, listen, and ball. Look, we have coordinator who has been to the Super Bowl.
Good comment. Good comment.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, coordinator has
Nice
been to the
shit,
Super Bowl. We have a head coach who's been to the Super Bowl. We've got, Jack Del Rio, who played on some fantastic playoff teams, and he's coached some good teams at various levels. We got, these are the guys who are leading, and we've seen this battleship slowly get turned around. So, I think EB is the final push to get us pointed in the right direction. Now they just need to go.
Yeah.
Super Chef says, yes, they're in the NFL, but these kids are in their 20s, still kid-minded. They ran to daddy because the commander-in-chief is being mean and making them clean up their mess they made for the past 20 years.
On the flip side, though,
Ron did the right thing. They came to him. What did he say? Go talk to Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the flip side, though, too.
See, and everybody's saying that's the thing people are missing. People are saying that, Ron's undermining Eric Bieniemy with these comments. No. He told the players, turn around, walk out of my office, go talk to him if you've got a problem. Don't come to me thinking I'm going to fix it for you.
Put mommy versus
on the flip
daddy.
side, though, man, like, you can't walk up to another grown man and call him a bitch, man. Like, you can't do that. Like, look, man, I'm telling you, I've had this conversation with my college track coach, man, the assistant coach. Just stepped way over the line, and I was like, look, one more word, I'm busting your head. We're the same age, bro. Like, I'm a grown man, too. You know what I'm saying? I'm smashing my girl the same way you smashing yours. You can't talk to me crazy, man. I'm not in high school. You can tell me what I'm supposed to do, but you can't talk to me crazy. Like, there's got to be some point where, like, some dudes don't like to be talked to crazy. I get it. But if it's, like, in the spirit of football and get you motivated, I don't see why it's a big deal. If it's like, man, motherfucker, that's cool.
I think Ron made a good point.
Names.
Ron made a point that you just kind of touched on when you said that Eric, some people you can't talk to like that.
You can't talk to
Eric tends to talk to everybody like that.
Right.
And I think what Ron was saying is that Eric doesn't have that experience yet. That's one of the reasons why he is the assistant head coach. This is what the things he's going to learn. And I don't think there's anything in there that was undermining authority or anything that really shouldn't be expected. Right. You got a problem with a coach because he's riding you too hard to go to another coach. The head coach says, go talk to him if you got a problem. Right. Your problem's with him, not with me. I'm not going to sit here and undermine my assistants.
The only thing is it did give the national media a little bit of that's the only thing that I was like, man, come on.
You shouldn't have. Well, it
shouldn't have been
a bigger deal. Why can't we take it? Why we take it like that?
Yeah, No, I'm with you. Rivers Reese, I think it was blown out of proportion, ended up making us look stupid because Ron is talking too much. I think the boys know EB is what we need. We will be well prepared every week with someone like Eric Bieniemy. Yeah.
I know what the fear is. People are afraid that anything that makes Bieniemy look bad could justify him not being a head coach. A lot of people want Eric Bieniemy to be our head coach for one reason or another. All right. Yeah. I do think that if you're to create a line of succession after Ron, whenever that is, Eric might be, if Eric's here, he's the logical choice. But I don't think there was anything in there that looked stupid.
Right.
It seemed to be really a kind of just like a little peek inside of what probably happens in 31 other teams' locker rooms.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's sad that Eric Bieniemy had to make a response, and then Ron Rivera had to make a scripted response. Let's hear Eric Bieniemy's response very quickly here.
Hi. Have there been where players
with a sugar shirt on
after your coaching style and have come up to you and had a conversation about it?
And so before it even goes anywhere, I make it a point to address the conversation, because one thing, my job is to be very observant. I got to know the people that I'm discussing and working with. So my job is to address. There's something that they may have an issue with, please, let's discuss this. Here's the reason why I felt a certain way. Here's why I said it. Now, okay, I put it back on the player. And you got to understand, we're in a grown man's business. We're in a grown man's world. My job is to make sure that I'm doing the best possible job of over-communicating clarity. I take a tremendous amount of pride in that. They also know when I'm getting on them, ain't nothing personal. What's personal is that I want us to win. I expect that particular player to be great at all times. I expect the effort to be a standard that's accepted by all of us. So when you're not reaching that, it's my job to address it. So sometimes they may like the highlights and the praise, but sometimes they may not like it. And I'm perfectly fine with that because that's my job.
Bro,
I don't see where any of that.
The more
contradicts-
Eric Bieniemy talks, the more I like this dude, man. Grown ass men. You love the good, but you don't like the bad. You got to take both. Dude, it's like, come on. Like he couldn't have said it any better.
Everything he said, and you know what? I like it because it actually jives with what Ron said.
Ugh.
Go talk to the coach. And he says,
Dude.
and he's saying, come talk to me. Let's talk about that.
He just warmed my heart, man. Just everything he said was just so perfect.
I still don't know how this
business
topic even got legs to the media. Like, I don't even understand, like, why
Because the local media made it a big deal first.
They asked him a question, he answered it. He didn't volunteer the information up. I mean, I think Ron has a problem with talking too much, obviously. Is it the first go around for him? But it wasn't, he didn't say anything that was not true. Say, man, players, yeah, he is intense. A couple of us come up to me asking about it, man, and I told him go talk to Eric. He'll let you know what's going on. And they did, and they were enlightened. That's the end of that should be the end of the conversation. I don't understand, but
he read a prepared statement yesterday that it was prepared. And then people were bitching about that too. It's like, okay, he opens up, and Phil said this too on Twitter. He opens up, says something, maybe too much, maybe not. And then he comes prepared for something scripted, and I'm staying right down the line, and people still complain.
Man, he don't need to talk about it at all. Just pretend the question on this. No, everything's cool. Next question. Like that's not hard to do. Just say, no, everything's cool. Next question.
Just get on out of here.
Hard. Yeah, lie.
Focus on football.
Lie. They don't like Ron because he's honest, but lie.
Yeah.
You know. That's all you gotta do.
I mean, if honesty is going to be Ron Rivera's fault, let him be not perfect then.
Yeah, super set.
Man, I tell y'all again though, man. Hard Knocks fucked up.
Yeah,
they fucked up.
Yeah.
They could have had Washington on there and they had must see TV because all kinds of crazy stuff. That's just what we know.
Hey, maybe Ron's just priming us up to get the in season. Like Phil said, we should get the in season.
Next year when they have to get a brand new everything, that's the year they're gonna have a Hard Knocks. We got a whole brand new everything. Everybody will be fired. Right, Ron, EB, Rio. Not Rio, Del Rio. Sorry, Rio. But you know, everybody gonna be gone.
Rio Robinson for defensive coordinator.
There we go. Marcus says the one thing I noticed about Ron Rivera, he looks more relaxed since new ownership because he doesn't have to worry about the other things in the organization. He said that. He's like, it's nice just to focus on football. Of course, Marcus says.
Let's see if that gets us 2 more wins.
That's right. Listening to EB, don't know why he's in the head coach. Chef says
100 reasons why.
We talked about this yesterday in the group chat. Look, EB is really the head coach. Ron is just the face. I don't know about that yet, but as far as like overbearing personalities, you see it. But Ron and EB have 2 separate personalities. I feel like they're opposite ends of the spectrum, which is good. Like you need that diversity on a team.
I don't think they are. I think they just publicly Ron is that guy. I don't think Ron is that nice.
You don't think so?
I think Ron. I believe he probably is a very disciplined person, man. He's a military guy.
Military guy. He. But here's the thing, you know,
for the Bears.
Some people can make you feel bad for fucking up by yelling at you. Some people could just give you a look, and I think they can do the same thing. All right, and I think EB is the guy who will get in your face and yell at you if you do bad, and I think Ron's the guy who just kind of just give you that look, like you fucked up, and you go, "Oh man." You know it because you know it.
Yeah.
Because you've experienced it.
Yep. Yam says they wanted that New York market. Yeah, we said this a couple of shows ago. They want that New York market. We'll see if it's a bust. Then they're gonna know, like, man, we should have went with Washington.
No, I don't think it's gonna be a bust. I just think it's gonna be the same old shit. They could have got something special out of Washington though. Like they're clowns there, man. They could have just easily just went in and dug in on Snyder a little bit on it. They could have done anything. They could
Yeah,
have
but
got
I
all
wonder
kinds
if they were afraid for negative publicity around
NFL.
Snyder.
Yeah, NFL probably
they're
was
probably
like,
like,
nah, we ain't going there.
remember, we gave this guy a $60 million fine on his way out. Let's at the same time we announced the new owners. Let's hope nobody gonna
Like if
see that.
VH1 owned Hard Knocks, they'd be in Washington. But NFL owns Hard Knocks, they definitely gonna go to the Jets. They like that's the cleanest organization out of the ones that won't make a bunch of fuss.
Yep.
Worst
Rivers
case,
Reese is on
we'll
that
see Aaron Rodgers smoke some weed or do some shrooms or something. That's about it.
some psychedelics.
I'd love to see him doing an ayahuasca trip.
Yam says I don't give two poops about watching the Jets at all. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers was on
it's
this.
basically the Aaron Rodgers show.
He was on this. It's like a TED talk. I don't know the form. I just saw it. It was had some psychedelic conference where a bunch of people ayahuasca. No, it was a psychedelic comp where a bunch of people come together and talk about their experiences. But it was like a very professional, like at a convention center, and he talked about his experience and how it enlightened him and how technically it's against the NFL drug policy, but the NFL came out and said it's not. So no, it's just a weird spot. I don't know. Getting back to Commanders football here. So the comments, I think it's a done deal. Comments are done. Ron went off, said some things. Eric said, I said what I said. I don't even care about it. Ron came back with his scripted response. And so here we are. I think we've all moved on. I think it's not bad. I don't think
they need to tell Jason Wright to quit making comments on football too. He's not even on the football side. There's not making any more comments. I hear. I like Jason Wright though, but don't make any more comments.
Jason Wright's apparently, or somebody in his camp is leaking stuff to Kevin Sheehan.
They need to. I mean, that's what the new owner.
Things between Jason and Ron are frosty.
I don't believe that either, by the way. But I think that the new owner needs to just tell everyone that's not Ron not to talk to the media again unless Ron gives you permission. Don't talk to the media anymore. I would tell Ron not to talk unless it's like scheduled appearances. Don't even make any unnecessary comments, man. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is a dumb thing to talk about. There's football coming tomorrow, and we're talking about practice. Practice, not the game.
Practice?
Not the game.
About practice.
Practice. That's what we're talking
about. We come out, run three drives tomorrow, and we 3 drives at the ones on both sides, and we're up 17-0. Do you care?
That ain't gonna happen, but
you shouldn't. You should.
If you do, there's something wrong with you.
I'm just hoping Myles Garrett don't break Hal's legs, bro. That's all I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping you're not going to go out there and get,
because then when Jacoby Brissett comes in and takes us 17-0, Ron's still getting fired, right?
He's definitely getting fired, man. If Hal ain't it, he's fired, man. You got to fire him. Yeah. And I hope Ron don't get fired. I want record. I like Ron, bro. I want Ron to be there, but Ron's gonna get fired if we win 7 games or 8 games. He's got to go, bro.
I know. I was making a joke about Brissett. Joy saying that. I said, well, if Hal gets hurt, he's still fired.
Yeah, I don't care if they win 12 games. If it ain't with Hal, he should be fired too. You had 4 years to get a quarterback, bro.
Yeah, well, this goes back to
you got 3 Pro Bowl linemen and don't have none to replace it. Not one.
It goes back to a comment someone made earlier that I'll talk about real quick. Then we'll talk about Governor of Maryland. I got to find it. Someone asked a question about the record and if what would be materialized as a success versus what would be a failure. I don't know if I can find it. If not, we'll just keep pushing. Okay. Oh, from Christopher Jackson from YouTube. Skins Force. Are we as a fan base ready to be patient, or is 10 and 11 wins at 10, 11 wins, or is it blow it all up? And
we ain't gonna win 10, 11 games, Chris.
10 or 11 wins, though, for me, Ron's staying because that is an upward trajectory. It was whatever it was the first 6. Then it was
7, 7, and 8.
There you go. 7, 7, 8, 10. You're still going in the right direction. So that's still, to me, that still shows improvement. I'd keep him, but that's just me.
Here's the thing. If we don't win 10, 11 wins, we don't have 10, 11 wins. The only thing the fans are going to want is to blow up Ron Rivera
Malik Cunningham's in.
for
No.
Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, and then we transform again to see. Yeah, I don't know. That would be it. We transform.
And then Mark Tyler's going to get on Twitter and tell us how it's all because of the O-line, and we should cut everybody who plays offensive line for us.
I have that clip, by the way, but I don't want to change again, man. I don't want to rebrand again. I don't want a new coach right now. I'm tired of just changing. Let's just stick with what we got for a while.
It's morphin' time.
No more morphin' time. All right. The governor of Westmore, the governor of Maryland, was at Ashburn Commanders Park for some appearances, and of course, he wants the stadium in PG County. Let's listen to what he has to say.
The stadium to be in the state of Maryland.
That's right.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, I tell you, when you're watching the energy that's happening right here around this team, and you're watching the energy that we're seeing right now in the state of Maryland, I mean, this is a perfect marriage. The Commanders are an incredibly important and vital part of not just our economy, but part of our culture. And so we know that this is going to be a championship team going forward. It's exciting about the new vision that the new ownership has and coming on board. And I think it really does correlate and correspond well to how we're thinking about things in the state of Maryland. So we are excited for them to be able to build and grow and win in the state of Maryland.
6 months ago, not one person would talk to Dan Snyder about it. They were like, nah, we don't want the Commanders. We're good. We don't need any of those guys. Now you got politicians coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, what's that? We would love some of that. So we have another person in the chat. Nosebleed seats, man. 10 or 11 games more than we won in like a decade. That's what I'm saying. It's an upward trajectory of growth. Send Ron to the front office. Put EB as the head coach. I don't know if that'd be a bad gig, man. Ron get himself to a nice cush job. He could keep the Martys on as consultants, as co-consultants, co-deputy GMs, co-assistants to the regional GM, however you want to put it. GM says our O-line is sus. Both our O-line draft picks aren't even getting reps with the ones. Case Keenum looking better than Danny Dimes. Ouch. That's rough.
I don't know. Stromberg's been getting some burn with the ones at center.
Malik Cunningham out there playing.
Uh-oh. Malik.
Quarterback.
L1.
New England.
L1C4.
Chet Scotland says 11 wins shouldn't be an issue. I absolutely believe Ron Rivera will be saved because of the season. Doubt me, but he's definitely coaching to be employed under this new ownership. Well, at this point, I mean, we've already got a lot of the culture issues taken care of. It is time to win.
Yeah. For the record, Case Keenum replaced Big Neck Davis Mills, 9 for 14, 79 yards, and a touchdown. That's what I don't know. That's just Case Keenum finds a way to do that, man. I don't know how. I forgot Malik Cunningham went to the Patriots.
He played a little receiver earlier. Nice
totally forgot about that.
Nice man, quarterback.
Totally forgot about that.
But yeah, Westmore went up there. Now he's making a pitch for PG. Yeah. And that's because PG is the alternate if we don't get the RFK site back, apparently, or if we don't get
hedge your bets, people. Hedge your bets.
That spot. That spot, I can't remember what it's called because my brain's failing. Across the river from Nat Stadium,
Anacostia.
And it's like, but someone said that Virginia's out of the question because you can't, it's all a nightmare and they don't have the infrastructure and all that. Well, that was PG County, and they still don't have the infrastructure to get people at stadium in an effective way. You're still a mile away to get on the metro.
Yeah,
it's just.
Yeah.
Can we do something? Can we get some shuttles going? Can we do something?
Another thing in the front office, and we'll close this out for like final Commanders news. This is from Nikki Javala on Twitter. The Commanders are hiring Thad Shealy as an advisor on real estate and stadium matters, as source confirmed. Shealy was previous the chief operating officer for the Atlanta Hawks and the executive vice president of finance and stadium development for the New York Jets. So it seems like Josh Harris is installing some business people in the places where they need to be. So I don't know if this guy's here to help Jason Wright, because Jason Wright was kind of doing the stadium stuff in the past. So I don't know what this means yet, because it just came out.
That somebody night. Who's an advisor named Thad definitely has invested in speculative markets.
True story. True story. Thad. Yeah.
Give me a Thad. Let me.
Yeah.
Hey, Thad, go get us a good deal on some land.
I
Build a
know.
new stadium on.
Last kind of unrelated to Commanders news, Super Bowl champion, you know him, our former cornerback, Rashad Breeland, is now facing multiple charges, drug possession, firearms, stolen vehicle. I mean, this man was a Super Bowl champion with the Chiefs, but he is now locked up facing a ton of charges.
Won't let
Man.
me
It's just
out.
like he was in a Mercedes-Benz stolen from Florida, had 2 AR-15, 2 AK-47s, possessed 5 pounds of weed, 62 grams of mushrooms and drug paraphernalia, got caught during a traffic stop. It's
Hey,
like,
Rashad,
bro,
hook me up.
come
Hook me
on,
up.
man. 4 years just for weed, damn. From Half Baked. It's like, I don't know. I just thought I'd share that because
What was it? Who was it? Was it Nate Newton that had like hundreds of pounds of weed in his car?
the Cowboys player.
I want to say
It was
Nate
some
Newton.
insane amount.
I think he had. I think he had some cocaine up in there. Some of that cocaine. I don't know.
Famous involvement in drug trafficking. He was going to make $75,000 per drug deal. He had 175 pounds of marijuana.
Oh,
Nate
dropped a
Newton.
wide open touchdown.
That dude was a beast on the field too, and that's
Mhm.
that's being unjudgmental
beast of
and
a
unbiased.
beast of a black market businessman too.
Jeez, man, what's the deal, yo? What is the deal? Yeah, Breeland's gonna do some time for real. Straight up. Well, we are excited. Football's back.
Look, Tory Lanez just got 10 years. I'm sure Bashad's looking for something similar to that.
You shoot women. That's what happens.
Yeah. We're in a little bit of free for all mode here for a few minutes as we close out. I want to thank everyone who tuned in, jumped in the chat, all the bros who usually see Marcus, Yam, Nosebleed Seats, Chet, Skins Force, DT, Super Chef.
By the way, Shat, I wanted to say a comment. He
Rivers
said something earlier,
Reese.
like 11 wins should be an issue. Man, look, dude. We have a coach that's had 3 winning seasons in his life. I want y'all to
3
think
out of
about
12.
this. We have
3
a
out of
quarterback that was a 5th-round pick who has made 11 completions in his entire career, playing behind probably the worst, or if not the worst, a bottom 3 or 4 worst offensive lines in the league. And he's never called a protection in a new offense with a coach that's never installed an offense or called a play. So there's almost no chance we win 11 games, bro. Almost zero chance of that happening.
Or
I
there's
hope
100%
I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I feel like we're going to pick 7th. We're going to win 7 games. We're going to be picking 15 through 20 again, not be able to get an offensive tackle or a quarterback and be in the same situation. And then they're going to fire Ron, Eric, Del Rio, Wright, and everyone. And they're probably going to have McVay and Kirk Cousins in there next year. That's my quick analogy, dog, because both those guys are free agents.
Dev spitting.
And knowing is half the battle.
I'm letting y'all know. Save this pod on Thursday at 8:35 on this day, dog. Save it. I'm telling y'all. End of the season next year. This year
9:35 Eastern.
we got McVay and fucking Kirk Cousins at quarterback, and I don't know we're gonna have in free agency because Chase Young's free agent, Sweat's a free agent, Curl's a free agent, Fuller's a free agent, Thomas is a free agent. I'm just saying to you, bro, if we don't win this year, dog, we're going to be 3 wins every year after that, dog. We're going to be the sorriest team in the NFL next year if we don't win 11 games. I'm letting y'all know this is happening. So don't be surprised if I'm going to win either 11 or 12 games like you said on here, Shet, or I want to win none. That's what I want to happen. I want to go big or I want Caleb. That's what's going to happen. Go to Super Bowl or get Caleb. There's no room for in between, bro. There's no room for 8-9 wins. There's no room for that, bro. If you come in here with 8-9 wins, everybody's gone, and we're gonna be picking the same pick we were this year with another guy that can't make us that much better. We're just gonna be. You realize we had the 5th ranked passing defense in the NFL last year.
That window's not going to be. It's not going to be open forever.
We had 4. We were 4th or 5th in pass defense last year, and we were like 27th in offensive ranking, right, or some crazy number like that. But instead of us picking offensive linemen, we picked 2 defensive players that play defensive back. when we had the 5th best defensive backfield in the NFL last year.
Didn't need
Statistically.
Forbes. I like Forbes. But
I
we
love
didn't need
Forbes. He's gonna be nice.
But apparently he's locking people down.
He is balling, man. He is
Yeah.
balling. If
We
Washington
need it.
ends up with the number 1 defense, 11 wins could happen, dog. Maybe that's what they're doing. But
Rivers
I
Reese
think we're gonna
says-
have I think we're gonna have like an offense that's gonna jump to like 15, 16.
we had
something like
crap.
that.
We had crap quarterbacks.
And
we
that'd be
played last
fine.
year, bro. We had a bunch of crap quarterbacks we played last year. And people keep looking at it like, well, we lost a lot of games we should have won. We won a lot of games we shouldn't have lost. We should have lost to Jacksonville last year. We should have lost to Atlanta last year.
Opening day.
Man, we should have lost those 2 off rip, man.
Oh man, we thought we
Like,
was.
we should have lost a couple of games.
Shit.
But hey, man, I mean, that's the way the ball bounces. You're
Steve and I were up in the stands, depressed.
We got a quarterback.
Those aren't the worst case scenario shit either. Those are that's reality. Reality is we have a lot of things against us. There's no way we should win 11 games. If we win 11 games, Ron will get coach of the year, bro. That should not happen. We should not win 11 games.
That's why I think that's one of the reasons why I think we will.
Now we won't. Winning 7 games would be fucked. Worse. Winning 7 or 8 games is worse than winning 2 or 3 for us. I hope y'all understand that. The best case scenario, we win no games or we win every one of them. There's no way case scenario where we can win 8 or 9 games and it's a good year.
Yeah, Ryan says 11 games. I will personally get you all fucked up, be all wide.
Hey, 11 games, Ron, I will get you fucked, period. I'll buy you some pussy if we win 11 games. You know what I'm saying? I will buy you some snatch, bro. I don't know if you can say pussy on the podcast.
We tried.
Oh, 3 times. Pussy, you missed it.
Box. Give him some box.
Yeah.
Chet says you can't sit in the worst case scenario when monster changes have been implemented. We'll be fine. Expectation of better than we've been. I think we will.
What monster changes have we made, man?
I mean, new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback.
No, you got the same quarterback.
It ain't the same quarterback. I wouldn't say
Taylor Heineke. It's automatically better.
Hey, y'all gonna think Turner's better if he played better in Turner's offense than he does.
Sam Howell. I'm willing to bet Sam Howell is better than Carson.
Sam Howell does Sam Howell have a better quarterbacking year than the Atlanta quarterbacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
there's yes, because there's, you know what, in that offense in Atlanta, Arthur Smith, all he does is run the ball.
All right, so
he does not pass.
Who has a better year? Hurts.
Come on.
Hold on, done. Hurts.
Don't
Dak,
put
Dimes or Howell. Who has a better year?
You can't put. It's going to be Hurts
in
or
order,
Dak
in
because
order,
that's what they do.
In order. How many?
Well, I would.
So you think you're saying that Howell is going to have a better year than Dimes? Dimes made a Pro Bowl last year, so you think that Howell is going to have a better year than Dimes?
I think that Howell could have a better year. He could. Ceiling.
No, could.
I'm not sold on Danny Dimes, so I'll say Hurts, Dak, Sam Howell, Danny Dimes. I'm not sold on Daniel Jones.
On Dak this year,
I ain't saying record wise. I'm saying just individual.
Dak puts up numbers, win, lose, or draw. That's what he does. It's like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Dak is white as Black Kirk, dog. Might be white Kirk. He's white Kirk, but he's Black Kirk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's white Kirk, but he's Black Kirk.
If you go back, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 episodes, we did our Sam Howell predictions. I think we were all generally around like 3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, give or take, enough to protect the ball, just be efficient. He's going to have turnovers. He's a basic first-year starter, so he's going to
3,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
That ain't going to be enough for me to say we don't need a quarterback first overall next year. Letting y'all know that ain't enough for me to be like, if we're that, because if he does that, we're like 7-8 wins again, dog.
Yeah, but what if Sam
last season we're 10 wins?
Yeah, but what if Sam plays like that, Dev? What if he puts up numbers and plays fantastic and you're still 7-8 wins?
Yeah, I still get a new quarterback.
Why? Why would you waste the first round pick if he clearly shows? You have to because he is not responsible for all the wins and losses.
Man, look, only way Hal is my quarterback next year if he convinces me that he's legitimately the guy, not a guy, not average, not he can hold it down. He got to be great. Like you can't be well, I don't know. He needs another year. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. I don't want to hear. Well, we need to look one more year. I don't want one more year.
Let me say this. Let me translate Dev to some of the people. It's not because Chet says that it's obvious that Dev doesn't want Howell. It's not that.
I like Howell. I want
It's
Howell to
that
be balling.
Dev wants a franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
and he wants a franchise quarterback now. Now, granted, there's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah, I like Howell. I want Howell to be like
But
fucking
he wants
Mahomes,
Howell to
bro.
be a franchise quarterback. If it's not, he wants to look elsewhere.
I
I'm a
didn't
little
want
more
Brissett.
patient, and I believe that you can do great things, and you don't need to have a top 6 quarterback to do it. But it definitely helps.
I'm
And
not
I
saying
think that he has the potential to do that. Like I said, I think that he could be the second best quarterback in the East, and that says something. I
No
think
way.
he's got that ceiling. I don't think
Unless-
he's going to be at Jalen Hurts level this year.
unless them
not
3 dudes
happening.
get hurt, ain't no way.
Because
Unless them
Hurts
3
has-
dudes get hurt,
We'll see.
nah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it because I don't think he has the talent, Shed. I think he's super talented. I think the issue is going to be we have the worst line in the league, bro. We have a dude that's never called a fucking play in his life. He never even put an offense game plan together in his life. In his life, you combine that with a dude that's only had 11 completions. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like it's the best recipe for success for this guy, man.
Well,
So that
All
I'm
the
going on-
tried
I'm
and
going on
true
what I
stuff
see.
we've done before hasn't worked. So you might as well go with the hell. This is completely different factor and see if you get something different.
I don't think our record will be any different if Brissett plays or Howell. And that's why I'm like, I think it's stupid to get Brissett. You should have got somebody real young. I'd rather play From than Brissett unless we're like in it with a game left of the year. And I'd rather play some rookie than another guy that has no chance to be the future of our team. Brissett has no chance to be in the future of Washington. If Brissett is a starting quarterback, we'll be getting another quarterback next year, dog. I don't care how good he plays.
The opinions expressed in this previous diatribe do not reflect all the members of the candidate.
What's the chances of Brissett getting to play and he ends up being like Tannehill? If we had Tannehill, we'd be asking for another quarterback. Hell, they asking for another quarterback and they got Tannehill. I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't know. I don't want a mediocre or average dude, man. Like, you have 4 years.
Yeah.
You brought us Fitzpatrick, fucking those guys.
Marcus says Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, all drafted in the first round, and their busts first round means nothing.
Baker Mayfield will have a better year than Howell, man. If he's
You think so?
Yeah, man. Shanahan.
Wrong.
Definitely.
Baker Mayfield?
Watch.
He's on
San Fran.
Wrong. No, Baker
No.
Mayfield's in Tampa Bay.
Oh, my bad. I take it out. He's not. Who's the quarterback? Sam Darnold. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sam Darnold. He'll definitely have. I think he will, man. That's who I want to see.
Wrong.
Sam Darnold versus Howell. Who y'all think got a better year?
Individually, I would rather take Sam Howell. I never liked Sam Darnold.
I think Sam's better. I think Howell's better, man. I mean, not Howell. I mean, Sam. Sam. Yeah, I think our Howell is better. But I think that he just has more to work with than San Fran.
Yeah.
Better line, man. We got through the 3 Pro Bowl linemen.
That's where EB's got to do what he's got to do.
Chet says, I bet you the O-line is at least going to be serviceable.
Hell no, man.
Darnold,
They were
crazy.
26th or something last year, man. They got worse.
I'm not going to put a metric on it. As long as they keep Sam upright, that's all I care about. I don't care what combination you use.
Game plan could do a lot to do that.
That's what I'm saying. The Eric Bieniemy scheme and the decision making of Sam Howell, you have to hide the offensive line deficiencies. So you got to get the ball out quick. That's the only way. You can't ask them to hold their blocks.
Offense does well with a bad line because of the deep drops. So that's why a West Coast system probably works better with this line.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Quick hits. All right, we're going to shut it down here. We want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Like I said before, you can always catch this on the replay. This will be available on all your preferred audio podcast platforms here in a few hours. So Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeart, you name it. This podcast will be there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love interacting, you guys. We love talking ball. We got the first preseason game tomorrow. Kickoffs at 7:30 versus the Browns. We talked about what we want to see. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. Take your notes. So when we come back here and talk next time, we'll talk about We'll talk about how it went, and then I'll have some more coverage for you from the Ravens training camp next week. And I think we have a 10-day break between preseason games. So we have one on the 11th, and I don't think we have another one until the 21st of August. But Yeah, thank you for all the interaction, all the comments. You guys are great. You guys have any shout outs before we close it out, Phil? Anything, Dev?
I had a shout out and I totally
shot.
Shout out to Tory Lanez. You're about to do 10 years in jail and then get deported.
Yeah. Hey, Super Chef. Super Chef says, y'all don't sugarcoat nothing. I love this show. That's what we do. You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously. We got the funny sounds. We got.
I'm still gonna buy you some pussy if we win 11 games, bro.
That's it. See, you know, this is what we do. God bless you too, man. Thank you for tuning in. Usually we'll go live every Thursday, and then once the season starts, we'll turn into a pregame, a post-game show on Mondays, and then a pregame show on either Wednesdays or Thursdays. We got to lock down the schedule, so we'll do a pregame and a post-game show, and then we're back in full football motion here soon. So we appreciate it, man. Dev, you got any shout-outs before we?
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all follow Phil on Pornhub at Slim Husky.
I'll toast some Basil Hayden to that one right there.
Yeah,
let's go.
What is it?
Basil Hayden.
I don't know what that. I've never heard of that, man.
Oh, it's bourbon, man. It's a good one. This is a toast.
Where from? Where's that from, though? Is it from Kentucky? If it ain't from Kentucky, it ain't bourbon, bro. It's just some
This
shit
is
water.
from Kentucky, yes.
What town? Bardstown?
Claremont.
I don't know what that is.
Frankfurt.
Oh, okay. I know what that is. That's right.
Frankfurt. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, man.
It's an hour from my hometown.
Nice. All right. We appreciate everybody. We will catch you on the flip side. Please go like and subscribe. If you're catching us on the replay, please hit the thumbs up or hit the thumbs down. Tell us how terrible we are. We appreciate the comment because you know what? Hashtag do it for the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Any interaction we have is legit. Sam Howell, that's right, Caleb. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you. As always, we love you guys. And we'll stay tuned for next week. Go Commanders. Tomorrow versus the Browns. Let's go. Peace and hail. We out, yeah.